Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Questions? Quiet week, huh? Jaji Maharaj.
Yes, Baba.
Question?
Okay.
Thank you.
Why did Krishna steal the gopis' clothes?
Why did Krishna steal the gopis' clothes?
What kind of a Vedic Dharma is this?
What kind of Vedic Dharma is this? Well, sometimes the question is, why did Krishna steal the unmarried gopis' clothes? Kanya, Rajakanyas. And the side point was made by the questioner, this is not Vedic Dharma. But there's a principle in reality that you have to use a thorn to remove a thorn. So you step on a thorn, you have to use a thorn, a sharp object to remove the thorn. The thorn is the pointed thing that's stuck in your foot, you're walking on Gaudiya Vaisnava. So you have to use a needle, which means a thorn, the point object, to remove it. So it was comment, it was meant, this is a dharma, but Krishna performed an adharmic activity to teach the highest principle of dharma. The highest principle of dharma is Bhagavad Sharanagati. Bhagavad Sharanagati, surrender to Krishna. Surrender everything. Man tan dan, Krishna samarpan. Man tan dan, man means mind and thoughts and desires and karmas and everything. And tan means body, and dan means assets, wealth, talents, abilities, etc. So this is the highest principle of dharma, is Bhagavad Sharanagati, to surrender fully to Bhagavan. So the clothes that gopis represent, the clothes are not representing coverings of the body. They're representing coverings of the physical body, but they're representing the koshas of the whole existence of the jiva. The jiva is covered by different koshas. Anamaya kosh, pranamaya kosh, manamaya kosh, jnanamaya kosh, and vijnanamaya kosh. Vijnanamaya kosh and anandamaya kosh. There's different coverings of the jiva. Kosh means covering. So by stealing the clothes, he stole their clothes, he stole their minds, he stole all their Vedic dharma, he took everything at one shot. And then he gave them this love, he gave them Bhagavad Prem. Because they surrendered absolutely and fully, without any hesitation, without a reservation. They gave up everything. And this is the teaching of Bhagavad in the 18th chapter, 66 verse of the Gita. Which is that verse? My tea is back. We had quiet Sanskrit time the last 2 Sundays. Sarva dharman pritacha, mami kam saradam praja, ham tvan sarvabhavi, mokshe srinivasa. Then everything surrendered fully to Krishna. So Krishna performed that dharma to teach the highest principle of dharma. That's my take on it. You want to add something to that? You're a learned person, experienced devotee.
Yes, because we have to give up all designations.
Let's tell me a verse about that.
And
Tell me a verse about that. Designation, giving up like this designation.
like
Sarvapati,
Nirmukyam,
Tatprat, Veda Nirmala, Rishikesh, Rishikesh, Sailor, what you should I take your book? Go ahead, keep going. You have to give them all designation. Keep going. You say you have to give them all designations? Okay. I'm on. Count me in. That's all you want to say?
Well, the prominent example, well, a couple of examples. One is why Lakshmi cannot be in the rasa dance.
Because she couldn't give up everything.
Because she cannot give up the
Rishiva.
Abhiman, that she is the queen, she is the wife of Narayan.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And also the Brahmanis, the Yagya Patnis, Krishna sent them back because they cannot give up the Upadi that they are the wives of the Brahmanis.
Yeah.
But he promised them next life.
Yeah, the Kanyas are great examples of surrender to Bhagavan. The clothing represents the color. We may offer our bodies to Krishna's service. We don't offer our minds. We're holding on, we're attached, we're not giving up our attachment, our designation attachment to our minds, our identity, our ego, our position. So these are the answers that apply there. That's great, because these are all forerunner teachings to get to the pure love of the gopis. Because chapter 22 is the yogic Brahmins, and chapter 22 is...
Yes, 22 is the Vastahani.
Vastahani is 22, and what is...
Yagya Patni is a bit later.
6:17, no. What are the yogic Patnis?
23, 24,
23, 24.
Something
Can't remember. Right.
So you should know you've given up some yes.
I don't know. I didn't do it. Yeah.
I've also given up some.
Yeah, you did.
It's part of the process.
They gave me up, I think. I didn't give up. They gave me up. There's different perspectives. There's subjective view and objective view. From my perspective, I gave up. From Sannyas' perspective, he gave me up. We parted company. Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir Navi Vaishyana Shuddha Naham Vani Nacha Grihapatir Nova Nastoyatir Kintu Vodhyam Nikala Parvana Pranam Govi Bhartu Valakanir Dasana Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, not a Brahmana, not a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, not a sannyasi, I'm not any of this, I'm a servant of Govinath. So that's the nice thing. We have a question? Well, that's that question.
This is the verse we chant for Vita Shuri.
Yeah, that's in Vaidhi Sadhana. Vaidhi Sadhana Bhuta Shuti prayer. It's also one of the 4 prayers Lord Chaitanya chanted in Mahabhav before he started Rath Yatra in Puri. He chanted that prayer. And Namo Brahmanya Devaya, and prayer about the singing Revati the same string. These are the same nights of Basant, and you're the same lover, but it doesn't taste the same. You chant that prayer. And
We
so,
are so young.
yeah, that's right. That's the one. It starts that way. We'll go showing you to take all of it, more refined version, transcendental version. Question?
Internet question.
Internet.
Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.58 says that for devotees crossing this material world is like a water contained in a calf's hoofprint. But
Oh,
why
what's
it
that
seems
verse?
very difficult to cross material world?
What's the start? How's the verse?
Samashritaye.
Samasita ye bala Mahatmanya Panya Shamari Ram Varam Vatsuram Varam Varam
Your memory is better than
Tesha. That's one of my favorite verses. I like that verse. Samasita ye bala Mahatmanya Panya Shamari Ram Varam Vatsa Varam 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 My tongue does, my mouth doesn't work so good, he said. I use that as an excuse. But it's also true. So is this guy in here? Yeah, he's here. 504. Okay, Daddy, strike again. Another verse you forgot.
I told you once now, Maharaj, in front of everyone. He said, oh, this Giri Maharaj, he compiled a big shloka book, he doesn't know a single shloka.
That's not true. I know that for a fact. But anyway, we are getting older. Our brains are getting rusty also. Anyway. This is 10:14:58, like the gentleman said. Samasita ye parapalavapavam mahatparam punya shomrari bhavam buddhir vatsa padam param 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 yavi param natesham. For those who accepted the bottom of the lotus feet of Krishna Murari, the ocean of material world becomes the smallest water in a cat's footprint, because they have the devotees have attained shelter of Gaudiya. They're undisturbed by the dualities of the world. There is danger at every step. Padam padam yavi padam natesham. That's the one we always quote. Padam padam. Padam padam. Yavi padam. Natesham. Vipad means danger. Misery means misery. Doesn't mean danger. They say danger, but it means misery. Vipad means misery. What's the question? I forgot what was the answer. Where's busy remembering verses?
But the question was about surrender.
What is
Yeah, so this verse says that for devotees crossing this material world is like water contained in a calf's hoofprint, but why it seems very difficult to cross the material existence?
Why is it difficult to cross?
Because we don't have devotion.
It's not difficult. What's your crazy?
Otherwise it's easy. When you think of Krishna, everything looks small.
It's not difficult to cross. Surrender to a Sadguru, start doing Bhakti Bhajan, and you go back to Krishna. Bas, please. Oh, yeah. What's the big deal? If you don't surrender to Krishna, Krishna says in 7:14 in Gita, Daivi Ishikunamai Mamai, Mayami Tantrantite. This world is like an ocean, but you can cross the ocean of samsara sagar by surrendering to Krishna. You surrender to Krishna first by surrendering to Guru. There's one nice statement in Sajrandas Babaji made about this point. Also, I don't know if I can find it really fast. I look under the subheadings, but I don't think it's on there. I'll try it.
Maybe under surrender.
No, it was about, That was really nice. I know. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's not so easy. It's not so that, yeah, some headings. I have my own headings also, but I can't find them. This is a nice point. This is connected to the answer I just said. You said it's so difficult. The question is 10:14:58 in Brahma Stuti of Srimad Bhagavatam, Dasma 10th Canto. Joy asks a question, whoever it is, asks a question. He says it's easy to cross the ocean of birth and death like stepping over the water, footprint of a baby cow. And then the person said, it's not so easy, it's so difficult. I said, you're crazy. It's easy. You surrender to Guru and serve Guru and you'll get out. So this is explained here. This is an answer given by Puja Sri Satyendra Das Babaji Maharaj in his book called Pearls of Wisdom on page 217. Someone asked a question, what is the destination of a devotee? The destination depends on the awareness of the devotee. This is a very important quotation, 217. If a devotee is truly sincere, has full faith in Guru, then there's no more birth. Sincere and faith in Guru. Now listen to this, he gives elaboration. This is the important point of elaboration. Taking birth, crossing the ocean of material existence, the samsara, or taking another birth, it doesn't depend so much on the intensity of japa or lila smaran, but it depends on the sincerity of the devotee. That's why I say over and again, attitude. Ever hear me talk about attitude?
Yes, sir.
He's been with me for 7 years. I always talk about attitude. You have to have the attitude of love, attitude of devotion, attitude of bhakti. Not 1,000 rounds a day. That's also good. Have both, do both. But if you do 1,000 rounds and don't develop devotional attitude, you're going to take another birth. It doesn't depend so much on the intensity of japa or lila smaran, but on sincerity. If, it's a big if also. If one has a qualified guru, and one is fully surrendered to Guru, then there's no more birth. That's one sentence. If one has a qualified Guru, and one is fully surrendered, there's no more birth. It doesn't say prem or anything like that, it just says that. This is the import of Krishna's statement in Gita 1866, which we just heard. Sarvadharma Prasidha. If one is not fully surrendered, and one's goal is to attain pure bhakti and not mukti, then one will be born again and continue the process of bhakti. As a matter of fact, a true devotee is not concerned about rebirth. So another way of saying it is a true devotee is not concerned about crossing the ocean of birth and death. But this person asking a question on the internet is saying, oh, it's so difficult to cross it. Who cares about crossing the ocean? We're having fun riding waves. Oceans are full of waves and porpoises and whales, blue whales. You catch a fin of a blue whale and go for a ride. Or catch a wave at Waimea Bay, or Pipeline, or Surfer's Paradise. So really his only concern is bhakti, love, devotion, prem. No attention. Don't be uptight. Unwind, relax. Everything is okay. Cool down. Take a drink. You're too wound up, man. Unwind. Let your feet dance and sing and jump and clap your hands. I believe life should be a celebration, not a torture. We're not all reenacting a crucifixion, though. That was a one-time show. That's, he did what he did because he had to do that, but that's not my drama. Anyway, live your life like you got to carry a cross up the hill and get nailed on it. The cross is your wife. The cross is your husband. Well, I don't know. Kevalananda Kanda, Parma Karuna, Pavadui Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra. Parma Karuna, Pavadui Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra. Kevalananda Kanda. The Kanda means process. This process is blissful. Prabhupada once asked a question. Newspaper reporter in New York said, you people, you chant Hare Krishna on Java Beach, and you kirtan, sell books. Don't you guys take a vacation? They said, no. I said, you sell your books every day? Yeah, every day. You chant Hare Krishna every day? Yeah. Don't you get tired of it? He said, what do you guys do for vacation? What do you guys do for recreation? Bros, everything we do is recreation. We're always on vacation. In fact, this is practically speaking, this is called the International Society of Recreation. Prabhupada said this, I swear I quote it. Look at your folio. So that's a fact. One time I went to ask Prabhupada a question. He said, Prabhupada, sometimes, I see devotees in the temple walking around like this. And they look really unhappy, really sad, really frustrated. He said, and Prabhupada said, they're not devotees. They're not devotees. And one thing, if you ever notice, Srila Prabhupada is always smiling. Prabhupada's eyes are always shining with joy. He was always smiling all the time, actually. I never see pictures of Prabhupada. He's always very happy. He's very serious and grave, but there's basically a smile on his face all the time. I've seen so many movies of Prabhupada. I saw him live in LA 25 times or so. San Francisco, LA, and India also. He was a very happy, joyful person, a very sober, very serious, Jagat Guru, but very, very happy, joyful. When he smiled, it was like the whole universe fits in his smile, He really could smile, like, wow. Eyes go. Yeah, a strong impact on a lot of people. Even I didn't get Diksha, I never met him personally, but it had heavy imprint in my consciousness, Prabhav, effect. The books, the teaching, his persona, his personality was very dynamic. Even now, I'm not having nothing to do with ISKCON directly or at least, officially. But I still like to see pictures and videos and audios of Prabhupada. So sad, very satisfying. Very dynamic figure. We interview on a newspaper, but he interviews newspapers. It's so funny. He's really like got a performance piece. He really likes attention, you know. It's NBC, CBS, New York Daily News, Times, New York Times, big publicity. So he really takes advantage of, really puts on a performance, you know. He's a great performer. He really looks cool and speaks great. So I like looking at those things now, really. One black American guy was interviewing Prabhupada on TV, a big famous news channel, prime time at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. He said, and this guy had afro hairdo, really like, it was hippie times, 1968, you know, like big afro, wow. He's a gentleman, a really educated guy, gentleman, but he looked like a hippie, hippie newspaper, hippie TV guy, you know. So he said, he asked Prabhupada, he said, what do you think of hippies? The Prabhupada said, something extraordinary. And he looked at a guy like you. You look at something extraordinary like you. He was like, he didn't say it, but he said it with his eyes and face. Something, because this guy, probably was shaved head, the guy was like, hair was like that. Something extraordinary. His brother was looking at this guy, the guy was a big guy. Probably was really small, you know, he's like 5 feet, really short. Something extraordinary. Oh, I'm not recording. I don't know, whatever that question was, I have to get it. That's about crossing the ocean while 1858, what was it? 10-14-58. Question. Mr. Blue, you always wear blue, so I can call you Mr. Blue.
Okay, my question is a little bit related to reality. As Vaishnavas, we learn this philosophy, and some philosophy you apply in everyday life, but sometimes in life happens some big things, like a war is a big thing, yes? And as Vaishnava, we are teaching these principles like ahimsa, truthfulness, like major things, and then the war starts. And what should be the true good or wise or deep attitude of Vaishnava towards this question? Because can he stay aside and say it's not my business, let's all the world fighting, Duryodhana fighting, Arjuna fighting, it's not my business. Or should a Vaishnava do some research inside him and based on this philosophy, choose what is right, what is not right?
What's exactly your question?
The question, what should be, how Vaishnava should solve this situation? Because actually, I have many friends in one side, in another side, and you see how people who studied the same philosophy, who were teaching hymns and so on, half of the people say one thing, and another half different thing, and it's not good, I think. But what would be your advice or something like?
Well, there's in every situation or reality, there's different lines of perception, different levels of perception to look at different things. But devotee, whether it's a Ukrainian devotee or Russian devotee, a devotee means someone who sees the world through Krishna's eyes. Seeing the world through Krishna's eyes means seeing the world through Shastra. Shastra Chakshus, it's called Shastra Chakshus. So our perception is supposed to be based on Shastra. So we're a Russian, we we're a young man in Russia, we're going to get forced to join the army. We're going to go to Ukraine and go to war. If we're in Ukraine, we're going to be forced to join the army and go to war. And one Ukrainian guy is a Bhakta, he's a Krishna Bhakta, and he's shooting the devotee in the Russian side. So what to do? So they have to do their duty. They're soldiers, and they're lining up with different sides because they take advantages. Somehow they're born in that country, so they have karma connected to that country. So now they have to fight for that country. And if they see it on the other side, they have to kill him or have to fight him because that's their order. So it's like Arjuna was fighting his own brother, his own teachers. The Katha means brother in India. There was relatives that he was fighting, they were killing them. Because they're representing a dharma. So we have to do our duty. The main thing a devotee does his duty, but remembers Krishna. Tasmat Saresha Kaleshu Mamanushwa Yuticha. Krishna tells Arjuna Gita, you fight, but remember me. So in any situation of war, when everyone is at war, Prabhupada said everyone's at war. Officially, externally there's war, Ukraine, Russia, but every devotee is at war against Maya. Illusory energy is also attacking us, and we have to take shelter of Krishna. So in a position like this, we can't. What can I do? What can I do about the war in Russia? I just pray to Krishna that the devotees, that save the devotees there. That's all. That the devotees remember you at the time of death, and I remember you at the time of death. What can I do? I can just pray to Krishna. So when anyone's suffering, especially devotees, we try to pray for them and empathize with them. But we're powerless. That's their karma, their collective karma. If India goes to war, that's my karma, my collective karma. Because I'm living here, so I have to suffer, enjoy, or suffer with the country. So in all circumstances, the way you're supposed to be Krishna conscious. If this world changes this way, that way, war, no war, we're supposed to always be Krishna conscious. You have to do your individual duty. Wherever you are, wherever you're situated, you have your duty to do right here, right now. You're not situated in Ukraine or Russia. You're situated there, you have a different duty to do. So you have to do your duty and be Krishna conscious. That's the teaching of Gita. Do your duty, be Krishna conscious, and depend on the result, depend on Krishna's result. Success or failure is in Krishna's hands. Life or death is in Krishna's hands. I do my duty, I remember Krishna. That's all you can do.
And so, and if Shastra says one thing, and the governors of the country who say you have to do something, they are just acting on their level, not on Shastra. And you as a Vaishnava see that Shastra says this principle. Shastra, let's say, says ahimsa. And your governor says, let's go expand territory. So as a Vaishnava, I should I use my own intellect because I Vaishnava, and in this Kali Yuga, Shastra says that Vaishnava is above all the Varnas, and he has Shastra, he has knowledge. So from this position, it seems that he's obliged to use his knowledge to decide independently. Or should he just believe what television is saying, and some governors who completely not Vaishnava don't know Shastra?
Basically, the rule of thumb is accept everything favorable to be Krishna conscious, reject everything unfavorable. So if your country's going to war, book the next flight out of the country. go to some neutral place.
I think it's this.
In other words, the basic bottom line is, in all circumstances, find the best situation to be Krishna conscious. If your country is not good, go to another country.
I think that this obligation to go just directly to fight, it affects only 1% of people. So let's leave them aside. But there are 99% of people who stay at homes, they don't have to go fight. But inside their head, they choose one or another position. So it's just like in a moral decision. Nobody is forcing like some women, children, and many people. 99% of people are staying at home if they don't have to fight. But how should they use the intellect and knowledge of Shastra to find the true position? Or they should say, oh, it doesn't matter. Let they be fighting. I study Shastra, it doesn't matter.
What matters is death. The ultimate issue is everyone has to die. So Ante Narayana Smriti, the Vedas enjoin, we should remember Narayana at the time of death. You can't remember Narayana at the time of death unless Siddhanta Bhava Bhavita. 8th chapter Gita verse 6 says, whatever bhav you cultivate every day, that you remember at death. So any one of us can die at any moment from a heart attack or accident or anything. So we should, every minute we should use to be God conscious. Forget about world politics. You shouldn't even know what's going on in the world. Just know your immediate world and deal in your immediate world and be Krishna conscious. So 99% of people are all in Maya. They're not Krishna conscious at all. But for devotees, they should try to hear and spend all their time, every available minute, hearing and chanting, remembering Krishna. That's the purpose and goal of human life, nothing else. World politics, World War I, II, III, IV, V, we don't care anything about it. You're right, we don't care. We just care about serving Krishna, remembering Krishna. In life or death, we want to remember Krishna. And that kind of thinking, that kind of thinking generates very positive vibration in the atmosphere, which makes the atmosphere good. So you can't change the reality of the times. The reality of the times are moving on the impulse of Kali Yuga, direction of ultimately of Bhagavan. Everything is going for destruction. So don't waste time going outside the immediate reality of your own life. You have a life in your hand, we're going to die. We don't worry about what's good. Like you have a phrase in America, mind your own business. Our own business is to be God conscious every minute, because that next minute may be our last. We should understand the urgency of our own life. Urgency, we're nothing sure. Nothing, the only thing is sure is death. Krishna says, either one is born, death is certain. So what's going on here? That's the problem with cell phones. There's too much information technology. We're bombarded with information. We know what's going on in the Amazon jungle. I already knew it. When I was 5 years old, I didn't know what Amazon was or jungle or anything. Now everybody knows everything about everything. And what's the result? Everyone's anxiety, everyone's disturbed, everyone's unhappy.
Maybe the problem is that
Ignorance is bliss.
maybe the problem is that sometimes in history there are such situations where you cannot stay neutral. Because like in Kurukshetra, you had to no, there was no third party which was just standing beside and saying, okay, you will fight. Any position which you do is taking one of the position. Because let's say you live in Russia. Okay, I'm neutral, but I pay taxes to the country, and these taxes go and fight for one side. And I also have some relatives and so on. If I'm silent is approval. So I think, from my understanding, sometimes there are situations when you cannot be neutral. Your silence is approval for one of the positions.
When you're a devotee, Krishna dictates what to do and what not to do. Krishna's in the heart of every devotee. He's directing the devotee how to act. The more Krishna conscious you are, the more perfect your actions are.
Okay, let's say I'm a Vaishnava and I have a brother. And government says, brother, go to war. And he comes to me and say to me, you are Vaishnava, you are a wise person, you know Shastras. What is your advice? He's asking me as a Vaishnava, what is my advice?
Tell him to avoid, if you can avoid going to war, avoid it.
Yeah, so government says, we take tomorrow, we send you to fight this to this.
So give him some neck beads and some jalebi.
What did you?
Give him some neck beads and jabba beads.
But it's like escaping from the question. Partly escaping, because he's asking something else. It's like giving a, it's like giving a very good thing, but.
Well, the government gives an order to go in the army. Well, you can't go against that.
Yeah, see, that's not.
You have to follow the rules, or you both get arrested. Put you both in jail.
No option.
Well, my perception is a little bit different, because like 2 years ago we had this COVID history, and 95% people were thinking that we don't have a choice. But I think Vaishnavas are on the level where they have much more freedom than common people, and I was thinking I have a choice. Government can do anything what it wants, but if I have my position, I will follow my position. So, well, and that's my position. I think that Vaishnavas have a lot of freedom compared to common people, because knowing Shastra's principles, this enhances our freedom. But it's
Yeah,
really my position.
there's the living entity doesn't have free will. It has conditional free will, and free will is conditioned by how much knowledge we have, and how much what is our prapta karma, and what is our endeavor. So we have some freedom to move a little bit. The more knowledge we have, and it depends on our karma, that we can have some more freedom. You're making a correct statement. But yeah, like Prabhupada always said, we have to follow the laws of the country. So you live in a country, you have to follow the rules, you get arrested otherwise. But anything, in any circumstance, try to be Krishna conscious, that's the main thing. Because we're not the controller, things are beyond our control. We have to submit to the situation and remember Krishna. So my brother's going to war, I say try to remember Krishna. Take this mantra, chant this mantra, and try to remember Krishna wherever we are. What can you do?
I myself inside feel somehow different. For instance, in COVID history, I kept my brother from taking that decision, which was all society coercing, doing everything that you do some decision, and he even was not asking my advice sometimes. But I gave my advice, and this advice was against like 99% of all television and everything, and I feel good about it. So something, if I think, look back and I think that he asked some advice and I say, well, I cannot advise. Well, this Shastra knowledge. So if I cannot give advice to another man based on this Shastra knowledge.
What are you trying to get at here?
What's your point?
Yeah.
I don't understand what point you're trying to make.
My point is, no. We have Shastra.
What is your question?
Okay, we have Shastra. Shastra gives principles, yes?
Yes.
In life, some concrete situation arises.
Yes.
Should we use this principle, or should we use the principle of some government? Because they contradict. Which principle
I told
should
you 10 times now, there's no contradiction. You try and become Krishna consciousness and follow the laws of the country.
Because in Shastras,
So they
following
told
the
you
laws
10
of the
times,
countries
you
also.
don't- You're not hearing me.
Okay, let's take another question. That's a difficult one to answer. Next question?
I have also
Oh, great.
previous question, not this one, but about how to overcome the material existence. And we told that if you are sincere, serve to Guru, you can overcome material existence easily. But how to understand how much you are sincere? Because it seems like I'm not sincere enough. it's always there. So how to understand?
Well, the question is that we said before, quoting Satyendra Babaji, the person has a proper guru and sincerely serves the guru, then go to Krishna and cross over the ocean. Birth and death, how do we know we're sincere enough? You'll find out when you die. It's like, how you become more humble, How you more sincere. You do the best you can, that's all. Ultimately, everything's up to Krishna. Krishna determines our success. You have to accept what he says, to be sincere. Sincere according to what you feel is sincere. You give it your best. What more you can do, you give it your best. And Krishna will do the rest. Try your best, and Krishna will do the rest. We'll know at the final point. Did Puna have any idea she's getting liberated? She came to kill Krishna. And she maybe had some fear in her mind. Maybe he'll kill me, because he killed so many other people. He killed my brother, my two brothers here he killed. He killed Bakasura, he killed Agasura. He killed her brothers. They were big yogis and big powerful personalities. Krishna already knocked them off. Now it's her turn. 3 for 3. So couldn't you think of your brother was killed by this guy, and your two brothers now are going to fight the guy? Maybe I'll be killed. You think I think like that? So she must have thought like that. So she thought, I'm going to go kill him, but maybe I'll get killed also. But she didn't think, I'm going to become his mother. I'm going to become his nurse. Who didn't think he was going to become his nurse? But Krishna gave him fame and gave him the shrew of the nurse in Goloka. Oh, Bucky. Oh, Bucky. You're going pretty good so far. How Bucky. You know that one? Oh, okay. I like Gita, specialized in Gita. That's also good. Upanishad, Gita Upanishad. 247. This is third canto of Bhagavatam. Chapter 2, verse 23. Who's speaking this verse? Uddhava? Uddhava's amazed. When Shukadeva Goswami heard this verse, he came back from the forest. And he came back to the house of Vyasadeva and heard the Bhagavatam. He ran away, heard this verse, and one other verse. 3:2:23. It's also quoted twice in Madhya Lila. Chaitanya Chowdhury. Ho Bhakiyam Sanakala Kutam Jikam Sayapayat Abhyusadmi Navegatim Dat Yushitam Tatonyam Kamvadayalum Sharanam Vrajema. He said, "Oh, Bhakti, oh, how astonishing." Bhakti means the sister of Bakasura. When Puna tried to kill Krishna, He gave her the position of a nurse. Could I ever have a more merciful shelter than Krishna? Dayalam Dayalam Sharanam. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Dayalam. More compassion, more merciful shelter. Daya, we say Krishna Daya. Oh, Vakiya. So, there's good luck. Good chance of success. Just keep going. Question. DD.
She has a question. In Sri Guru Tattva Vijnana book, here it's mentioned regarding the Paramatma sitting in the heart of conditioned souls is different from Chaitya Guru Antaryami sitting in the heart of devotees. It is given like this. So what is the difference between both of them? As an Antaryami who tells how to love him is different from Paramatma who guides the conditioned souls, intelligence of conditioned souls.
And the conditioned souls and the Bada Jivas, Nitya Bada Jivas, Paramatma is next to the Atma, giving out the different karmas for the Jiva and guiding and making arrangements for maintenance and survival of the Jiva. But for a devotee, the Paramatma becomes the Ishtadevata. It's like Hanuman. Hanuman, did you see Paramatma inside? Chaturabhuj Narayan? No. Dvibhuj Ramchandra. He opened his chest, he didn't see Paramatma. Paramatma went on vacation. Ramchandra moved into the apartment. He threw out Paramatma. And the heart of Hanuman is Ramchandra. The heart of a devotee is, you ask any Goswami for Radha Raman temple, who's in your heart? So they say Radha Raman. You ask any Goswami for Monkey Vihari, who's in your heart? Ask any Goswami for Radha Damodar, what are they going to say? You ask anybody ISKCON, what are they going to say? Prabhupada. Who's in your heart? They say Prabhupada. Just like I met one devotee today, came to showing me, introduce me to some of his friends from Delhi, an Indian guy. And he was saying, I said, you must have been the disciple of your guru last night. He said, no, I was a disciple of Prabhupada. I said, he was like, he was telling how he was so close to his guru and, this and that. I said, well, you were so close, maybe last night you were a disciple. He said, no, I was a disciple of Prabhupada. I said, that's really interesting. When push comes to shove, you find the real truth, He's my guru, but Prabhupada's my guru,
You ask any Baba in Radha Kunda?
Huh?
You ask any Baba in Radha Kunda who is in your heart?
What are they going to say? Radhe Shyam.
Are we having a repeat of last Sunday?
Yes, yeah.
I'll try, last Sunday rain also.
Yes.
Leave the drama. Question. How are you doing?
When a devotee gets initiated, Krishna makes him equal to himself. What does it mean? Krishna making
And devotee gets initiated equal to himself. That's in Acharya chapter 6. Dikshakali Avana Samarpan. Let's look at that verse. Chimayadeva. Dikshakali 68. And Acharya Krishna, Lord Chaitanya describes Diksha. What happens to Diksha? When you get, not Harinama, when you get Gopal mantra, Gayatri. In Acharya chapter 6, chapter 4, verse 192 193. Prabhukai Dikshakali Bhaktakari Ava Samarpan Sekali Krishna Masam. At the time of Dikshakali, the Bhakti becomes equal to me. Amasama, his Atma becomes equal to me. Sekali, at that time Krishna says, Sekali Kari Amasama. The Atma of the devotee becomes the same as the Atma of Krishna. Then he explains what that means. Next text. Se Deya Kari Tara Chiranandamai Aprakrita Deya Tara Charana Bhajai. So the time of Diksha, the disciple becomes like Krishna. What does it mean like Krishna? Krishna has a Prakrita Deya, has a Chiranandamaya. His body is made of Chirananda. And the devotee's body becomes Chirananda Maya, so they can do service to Krishna. If you want to serve fire, you have to become fire. So a Diksha transforms the body. Prabhupada used the term spiritualize. Diksha spiritualizes the body. That Sedeya Kari Tar Chidanandamaya. That body is made of spiritual energy, bliss. Bhakti means bliss. And it's a prakriti, it's a spiritual body, and he does charna bhajai. He serves Krishna. If you want to serve Krishna, Krishna has a spiritual body, you have to have a spiritual body. So Diksha makes your body spiritual like Krishna, so you can serve Krishna. That's why he says, the disciple becomes like Krishna. That's your question, right?
Yes,
Krishna has a spiritual body, the disciple gets a spiritual body to serve Krishna. How's your wife team?
Another question. How does one arrive at one's Istadeva? Who is Istadeva?
I'll put it in another way. What happens first? Does a person first surrender to Guru and then arrive at the Ishtadeva? Or a person first arrives at his Ishtadeva and
Then approaches Guru.
On that path?
Question is, does a person first find a guru, then finds the Ishtadev, or finds the Ishtadev and then finds the guru? Sometimes the guru becomes the Ishtadev.
Jai Jai.
So then what happens? You find the guru and Ishtadev in one place. Acharya Mami Janiyam. Krishna tells Uddhava 11th canto Bhagavatam, Acharya Mami Janiyam. The Acharya is not different from Krishna. In 7th canto Bhagavatam, chapter 15, verse 29, it says, Yes Yad Bhagavati Sakshat. Yes Yad Bhagavati Sakshat. The Guru is directly Bhagavan. Yes Yad Bhagavati Sakshat. 7:15:29 Bhagavatam. So the Guru may be the Ishtadevata, it's possible. But generally, first one has the Ishtadevata, they wants to attain Ishtadevata, they need a mantra, they need Shiksha and Diksha to attain the Ishtadevata. So therefore the need for Guru comes into play. The Ishtadevata means you want to attain the Param Gati. Ishtadevata lives in the spiritual realm. So attain the spiritual realm, attain your Ishtadevata, need an introduction, need a way, you need a path, you need a Guru. You need Diksha and Shiksha to attain your Ishtadevata. So first your Ishtadevata comes. And then comes the Abhideya, the practice to get it. And part of the Abhideya is Guru Padashraya, surrendering to Guru. If your Ishtadevata is wrong, you want to find a Ram Bhakta as a Guru. You don't go to Advaitin Guru to learn about Ramchandra. To learn about Ram, you go to someone who knows Ram, who gives you Ram mantras and Shiksha and Ram Tattva. So your Ishtadevata is Krishna, then you take a Krishna Bhakti as a Guru. You may not be clear about your Ishtadevata also. You have a general idea of God. I didn't know my Ishtadevata when I came to ISKCON. I just knew I was interested. I didn't know my specific Ishtadevata was going to be Krishna. I was just looking for God. Then I found out God's Krishna. He's blue. Okay, that's cool. so it worked out that way. I thought God was white like me. Then I found out he was like from the Middle East. So I found out God was kind of brown eyes. I wasn't so much attracted. I thought he had blue eyes. I thought God had blue eyes. But I found out he has blue eyes, but he's blue also. So you may not have a specific Ishtadevata, but you meet a spiritual teacher who is crazy about one particular form of God, then he makes you crazy also. Because you don't have a specific God, and you can't see a specific God. So that's a cool God. This guy worships this God, this flute player, this dancer, flute player, romancer. This guy, okay, it's not like a cool idea of God. Like all the hippies joined Prabhupada because they realized Krishna's the biggest hippie. Prabhupada said God's a hippie. God's long black hair, he's not married, he runs around with girls. And plays music and hangs out in the forest. He goes up to the trees and plays music. I climb up the tree and play my guitar. He's playing his flute. He's in the Kadamba tree playing his flute. On the Kadamba tree playing the guitar. He dances. He goes skinny dipping in the pool, in the river, you know. He steals the clothes of girls bathing. That's a cool God.
Very cool. Entertaining.
Very attractive, very sweet, very amazing. A new idea of God. Question. It's a noisy fan there, yeah.
Dharma Prajita Kaisavota Paramor Nirmatsaranam Satam, second verse of the Bhagavatam. So the word Dharma there, is it give up all materially motivated Dharma, or does it mean give up all Dharma? When it says give up Dharma, what does it mean there?
It says Dharma Projita Kaitava. The three words go together. Projita means give up. Means give up cheating Dharma. Cheating Dharma just ends up with calm. But real sadhana Dharma takes you to moksha. So Dharma art calm, that's cheating. Most of the Puranas talk about Dharma art calm. Most of the Vedic literature, almost all the Vedas, are talking about yogis and pujas to get calm. Art and calm. That's what people want. Got money and joy. Get money and joy. So all the Vedas and Puranas teach this yoga, this puja, this tapa, this brata. To get money, to get power, to get money, the wealth, to enjoy. Calm. Dharma, art, calm. But sadhana Dharma takes you to moksha, mukti, liberation. Brahma Sahujara Vaikuntha Mukti. So any kind of Dharma that doesn't take you to moksha is cheating. So the second verse of Bhagavatam is talking about that kind of Dharma. It just takes you around the samsara chakra. Up the top of the Ferris wheel, go down the bottom of the Ferris wheel, up the top, and down, up, top, down. Swarga Sukh, Naraka Sukh, Swarga Sukh, Bhumi, Marcha Sukh, Indriya Sukh. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. Want to go to Mukti. Paramananda, Bhaktianand, Premanand. The drop of Brahmananda, the happiness of merging of Brahman is like a drop. And the bhakti, praying for Krishna is like an ocean. Premanand, praying sagar. Movie star. Is that okay? There.
I asked you earlier, Gurudev, about this. Does Radharani have dreams? And then you sent me one reading about Vishwacharya Thakur's writing. So there Radharani is describing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do we also have any other references, more dreams of Radharani?
The question is, does Radharani have dreams or references? There must be so many references. I know. The only one that comes to mind is Sravna Vilasamrita by Vishnu Chakravarti. He talks about Radharani had a dream in the Kunja of Krishna, of a golden form of some golden person. It turns out it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Krishna showed showed the content of Radharani's dream inside his Kasturi, and smiled when she was narrating her dream. She saw her dream inside his Kasturi. She said, yeah, that's what I saw. And then Krishna said, yeah, that's in the future. I'm going to come with Lord Chaitanya and do all this Haridas. I'm going to dance on the banks of the Ganga, not Yamuna. Harinam Ras Sankirtan, not Ras Leela, like this and that. So the question is, there are other passages about dreams. I don't know of any, but sure Radharani dreams. But her dreams are vilas. Vilas means loving transcendental pastimes. Because Radharani sleeps, so when you sleep you dream. So she dreams of Krishna. Like somebody was asking about dreams, I forget what it was, somebody was asking about dreams. I said, I never remember dreams. I was just yesterday, I was talking to somebody about, somebody on the phone, I think on the phone or something. I said, I never remember dreams much, though. Because she was saying this person had so many dreams. I said, they're not sleeping very well. You have dreams, you're not sleeping deeply. Dreams is on the super level of swapna, passion level. Sleeping should be ignorance. Ignorance is required. Sleeping should be totally gone. You close your eyes, you don't know anything. dreaming is not good. The dream of Krishna is good, but it's not restful for the body. You like go out, I'll just out. Well, so I was saying that last night about last night I dreamed I was in some temple in South India. It was a really detailed dream. I was in a pujaari room of what's that? Babaji temple. And it was really a wild dream, many different layers. It was really, really wild. I was in this temple in South India. It was like Babaji type temple. And I was in a pujaari room, and I just remember, I woke up and said, wow, that was fantastic. It was like going back in time or something. I don't know what was about. It was really...
It was recently.
Last night, I was sleeping here on the veranda. The moon, I had my head on the moonshine. The moon was shining my head, and maybe hypnotizing or something. Took me to South India. It was really cool. It was really a great dream. I feel like Satsang in a dream, and I was in a pujaari room, and it was all everywhere stone walls, and I don't remember much, but it was a lot of fun. So Radha certainly dreams. There's a lot of songs, and especially in Purva Rag situation, Radha is dreaming. Because in Brihad Bhagavatamrita it describes when Krishna is in Dwarka, he's dreaming of Radharani. It said when he's sleeping, in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Krishna's sleeping, and he's sleeping next to Rukmini at night, and he's saying, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. So what is and so he's dreaming of Radharani, so what's Radharani doing? She's dreaming of Krishna. It's natural. Someone you love and you're attached to, you dream about. Sometimes, usually, I dream about Babaji. I dreamed like that a long time. Yeah. What do you want to know about Radha's dreams?
Just want to
Huh?
like I was thinking, if we are attached to someone, we naturally see them in our dreams. Does it happen with Radharani?
What's the obvious conclusion?
Happens.
Yeah, exactly. True eloquence. It happens. Now the real thing is that Saki Manjris, the Manjris, or Bhav Tarabhi of Radharani, which they are, the one of Radharani's Bhav, means they're one of Radharani's dreams also. So Radharani's dreaming of Krishna, the Manjris are massaging Radharani's feet and fall asleep at Radharani's feet, also have the same dream. That's something more interesting to think about.
Jai Radhe.
Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Question.
I have a question.
Yeah, okay. That's you.
Okay, you said that Krishna and his energy are limited, yet it is always expanding. So how can something unlimited, which has no limits, can expand?
Yeah, so I just read that in Sadra's book also. The question is, Krishna is unlimited, has Ananta Shakti, unlimited energies, but he also is always expanding. So how can something who's unlimited always expand? That's a question for Krishna. Because unlimited, unlimited, first of all, unlimited edition. They only publish one edition. And it's copyrighted. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think there's an answer. You have an answer?
It's a bit difficult. It has to do with the Krishna is perfect, right? Krishna is perfect.
Yeah, Purnamidam.
Purna, but then there's more perfect and most perfect. So even gradations in perfection. So it's Purna in Vaikuntha or in Dwaraka, is Purnatara in Mathura, but Purnatama most perfect, most complete in Raj.
Well, there's also most complete.
Most complete.
No, there's most, you say there's Purna,
Purna,
Puratam. Well, there's Adhyatika Puratam. He's got Wi-Fi. He's got a Wi-Fi connection here. You say Krishna's most perfect in Vrindavan, but I said there's also Adyantika. Adyantika means more, most perfect. He's most perfect in the heart of Radharani. That's where you find the most perfect form of Krishna in the heart of Radharani. Let me get to Radharani. Jaya Sri Radhe. They say, what do you give the man? It's a birthday for a millionaire. What do you give the man who has everything? So how do you answer the unanswerable question? And your question is the same thing. What do you give the man who has everything? How do you answer the unanswerable question? You don't. You can't. That question?
Can we do Radhanagar practice in ISKCON with hearing online lectures from Radhanagar devotee like you? No, Abhishek Mishra.
Can we practice Radhanagar Bhakti in ISKCON?
By hearing online lectures like you.
Online lectures after online lecture like you. Two more things. But because even in earlier times also many spiritual masters just give one-time darshan or visit, then disciple follows Guru's instruction. Like Madhavendra Puri used to give instruction in one-time visit to many.
What?
He said like Madhavendra Puri used to give instruction in one-time visit to many. Like he used to visit once and give instruction. Peace.
What's he saying?
So, is it possible? Can we do practice by hearing online lectures?
Practicing Radhanagar Bhakti means following a particular resident of Vrindavan. When you read about the pastimes of Radha Krishna Vrindavan with different associates of Krishna, like Mother Yashoda interacting with Krishna and Nanda Maharaj, or the coward boy Subal Sridham, or the gopis Radharani, Lita Vishakha, interacting with Krishna. They become attracted to that resident of Vrindavan. They want to be like them. They want to love Krishna like they love Krishna. They want to serve Krishna like they serve Krishna. They want to live among them and serve Krishna like they serve Krishna. then you have interest in ruchi, you have some ruchi, taste for that, and attraction for that, then that's the starting point of Rag Bhakti. Then you read about those leelas involving those associates, and you pray those associates, and you gradually develop your bhakti along that line. And if you're interested in, the son devotee represents that particular sthairati that you're interested in, and you can listen to lectures of that devotee talking about Radha and the mantras. That'll be helpful for your bhakti development. Ultimately, Rupa Goswami says, next instruction, Rag Bhakta follows all the rules and regulations of Vaidhi sadhana, but his motivation and his attachment is different than a Vaidhi sadhaka. He's motivated out of a desire to serve and love Krishna in a specific way, in a specific form, in a specific attitude of love. That's why it's called Rag. Rag means a loving attachment to Krishna in a special way, like a Vrijvasi. Ultimately, you should be initiated by a Raganuga Bhakta and trained personally by a Raganuga Bhakta. But in the interim, you can, like someone asked me from South America, they wrote me a letter and asked me how they want to be like Mother Yashoda. They advised me how to become Krishna's mother. So I told them how to become Krishna's mother by reading everything about Yashoda, Nanda, and all about Sadhya Leelas and Balya Leelas, Krishna, Gokul, and different sections of Bhagavatam and Govinda Lilamrita, different books. And so they're doing that, they're cultivating their bhakti in a specific way. Raganuga Bhakti means a specific form of bhakti based on a specific form of loving attraction to Krishna. Modeling your devotion after the ways and means and actions of the eternal resident of Vrindavan. That's what Rag Bhakti means. What time is it?
4:50.
Maharaj, Nandanandan Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. But in Bhaum Prakat Leela, he had to leave Vrindavan. So I heard that Vasudeva Krishna went out of Vrindavan to Mathura Dwarka. So where did Nandanandan Krishna go? Why did he disappear? Or where did he go? Like if he never leaves Vrindavan.
Question is, did Krishna leave Vrindavan or stay in Vrindavan? If you base that's an interesting point because the Goswamis say our main praman for our Gaudiya Sampradaya is the Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam clearly says that Krishna left Vrindavan and never came back to Vrindavan. So that's the statement of Bhagavatam. Krishna left Vrindavan and never came back to Vrindavan. So one level, the Gaudiya Sampradaya says the Bhagavad Purana is Amala Purana. It's the main praman, main scripture for Gaudiya Sampradaya. But then the Goswamis give interpretation and comments on the Bhagavatam, and they twist it and turn it, and they say Krishna never left Vrindavan. And there's two Krishnas. Vasudeva Krishna went to Mathura Dwarka, and Nandanana Krishna stayed in Vrindavan. So this is the viewpoint of the six Goswamis. So we have two authorities. We have Bhagavatam and the commentaries of the Goswamis. If you just take the Bhagavatam, we take the Bhagavatam with the commentaries of the Goswamis. So the Goswamis cite Padma Purana, which says Krishna doesn't take a step out of Vrindavan. They quote so many things that are not in Bhagavad Purana to prove that Krishna stays in Vrindavan, never leaves. That's our viewpoint. Just like some eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya, they wrote books about Krishna. They didn't take Krishna in Vrindavan. And Jiva Goswami wrote a book about Krishna. He told about Krishna in Vrindavan, and he told about Krishna in Dwarka Mathura also. He divided the book into two parts called Gopal Chabu. There's Purva Vivag, and whatever. There's two sections. One section is Vrindavan, the other section is Mathura Dwarka. So he has two books in one, Gopal Chabu. But Kavi Karapur, disciple of Vaidacharya, or Srinath Chakravarti, who's the disciple of Vaidacharya. Kavi Karapur wrote another Vrindavan Chabu. He also wrote a Chabu, but he didn't take Krishna in Vrindavan. He kept Krishna in Vrindavan. There's no Mathura there, no Dwarka there. So that's his viewpoint. He's a pure Vishwasi, Kavi Karapur. So our Gaudiya viewpoint is that Krishna released Vrindavan. He's still here today. Now it's just Prakat Lila Prakat. Prakat means manifest, Prakat means invisible. When we attain brain, the invisible becomes visible. We see Krishna in Vrindavan. We see Krishna Lilas in Vrindavan. It's like Krishna avatar, but the Acharyas say Krishna avatar means comes down. Avatar means one descends from Vaikuntha, one descends from Goloka. Krishna doesn't descend. Krishna is always in Vrindavan. He appears and disappears. He manifests and manifests. Krishna doesn't descend. Krishna is not avatar. He's always in Vrindavan. It's called Prakat Aprakat. He's manifest and manifest. So these are fine points of Tava explained by the Goswamis. So we follow the Goswamis. Says Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ayurveda Chapter 1, the 6 Goswamis are 6 gurus for the entire Gaudiya Sampradaya. So whatever the 6 Goswamis say, it's the final praman for us. Like the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Narayan is the topmost form of God is Narayan Vishnu. But the Goswamis, they quote a verse, Krishna's Canto 1, Chapter 3, verse 28, Krishna's 2:1. And Jiva Goswami goes so far to say, this verse from 1st Canto, Chapter 3, verse 28, is the Paribhasa Sutra of the entire Bhagavatam. So this verse says, Krishna's Swami Bhagavan. But the rest of the Bhagavatam says Vishnu and Narayan's Bhagavatam. Vasudeva Brahmaka, Vasudeva Brahma, Vasudeva. He says Vasudeva Narayan is Bhagavan, the Supreme Godhead. The whole Bhagavatam talks about Vishnu and Vasudeva as being Bhagavan, Tamas from Bhagavan. But the Goswamis don't accept that. So Paribhasa Sutra reads, this one sloka establishes the essence and truth of the whole book. So Jiva Goswami, he says the Bhagavatam means Krishna is the three-personality of God. But the Bhagavatam itself says that Vishnu is the three-personality, Narayan Vishnu. So Jiva Goswami is going against the Bhagavatam.
Well, Bhagavatam is right because Krishna is not the supreme personality of God. Krishna is just the lover of Radharani.
Yes! Yes, I say.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the Rasic version. There's a Gaudiya Tava version, a Gaudiya Rasa Vichar and Tava Vichar. Both are Gaudiya. Gaudiya Tava Vichar is slightly different from Bhagavatam. Gaudiya Rasa Vichar is quite different. There's one with the Bhagavatam. So that's why I said ultimately our truth, a line of truth is drawn to the Goswamis. That's why my guru repeatedly says, study the Goswamis' books. Goswamis, Narottam, Vishwanath, Baladev Vidushan. That's all you need. They said it all. One more needs to be said. Jiva Goswami covered everything. 100,000 verses, Sandarbhas. I feel like it's 5 o'clock now.
4:56.
Any more questions? Is there that question?
Jayati Chandraji. Radhe Radhe Dear Gurudeva, my sensitive lotus feet. If someone due to health reasons is recommended to eat onion garlic or cannot keep fasting, then how should we deal with them? My friend feels that she is incapable of approaching her guru due to her age and health.
What's the question?
So if someone for health reasons is recommended to eat onion garlic or cannot keep fasting, how should we deal with it?
Someone for health reasons eats onions and garlic. What's the question?
If someone due to health reasons is recommended to eat onion garlic or cannot keep fasting, then how should we deal with it?
These are two different things. Fasting is one thing, onions and garlic is another thing. There's different ways. So fasting is only twice a month on the Ekadasi. And there's different Ekadasi you can't eat grains or dal. But you can eat fruits and milk and cheese and so many things. So you can survive. You won't die if you fast on Ekadasi. So fasting is not an issue, not a problem. Onions and garlic is a problem. Onions and garlic that contaminate the consciousness, make it hard to meditate. And it's no, I don't accept, you say for health reasons, somebody recommends eat onions and garlic. I'm also a doctor, and I say you don't eat onions and garlic to be healthy. You're attached to onions and garlic because you're Punjabi or something. You're Punjabi, so you're attached to onions and garlic. You're trying to justify your attachment by saying it's for health reasons. It's just for rasa swadan. It's just for taste. You don't need onions and garlic for health. That's a big joke. Don't make a fool of yourself by speaking such nonsense talk. Onions and garlic are tamasic foods, not to be eaten by Vaishnavas. Besides, you make your breath stink. Your body, your breath stink. They smell, and it's not nice to make a smell when you go in the temple. They can't be over to Krishna. That's the most ridiculous thing. Fast on Ekadasi, that's a good thing. Fast on Ekadasi. Don't eat grains and don't eat dal and beans and these type of things. Eat fruit, cheese, milk, vegetables, soji. And you give up onions and garlic. It's Manasamhita. Manasamhita has verses, there's slokas in Sanskrit in Manasamhita that forbid the eating of onions and garlic. Say one eats onions and garlic, they become a dog eater next life or something. A really big curse. A big curse for the onions and garlic. Mano Samhita. It's a big sin to eat onions and garlic. That's an interesting note then. Anurag, you got a question? Not this kind of question.
Maharaj, I've heard very less about Raghunath Bhatta Goswami Thought, about his lifetime, his writings in all Shred Goswami. Can you tell me about where did he live? And I have not seen his samadhi. I've seen every Shred Goswami samadhi except his. Where is the samadhi of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami?
His samadhi is in Shamakund. It's called Teen Goswami Samadhi. Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta, and Krishnadas Kaviraj. They both disappeared on the same day of different years, right before Kartik. Raghunath Bhatta, he was famous for, Lord Chaitanya told him to speak the Bhagavatam. I don't know that he wrote anything. I haven't read it, that Raghunath Bhatta wrote any books, but he's famous for speaking the Bhagavatam. He can recite the Bhagavatam in 5 different tunes, 5 different ragas, called chandas, poetic meters. He was the son of Tapan Mishra. He was a Brahmin from birth, North Indian Brahmin, Tapan Mishra. And he was famous, Radha Kunda was famous for his purity of heart and avoiding Vaishnava rods. If anyone came to Radha Kunda and started speaking badly about a devotee, so this devotee is doing this and this and that, he would say, Radha Kunda would say, I don't want to hear anything bad about any devotee. I only know that he's wearing Tulsi Kanti, he's surrendered to Bhagavan, he's taking diksha from a proper guru, he's trying to do bhakti bhajan. So that's his good, that'll save him. He may, whatever problem he's having, eventually will come out of that. Eventually everything will become perfect. His life will become perfect. There's no need to talk anything bad. So he refused to hear anything bad about any Vaishnava. He would always, if anybody complained, he would always turn around what they said. So try to see the good in the person, try to appreciate the good in that person. This is one of the main qualities of Radha Kunda Goswami Ki Jai. His samadhi is called Teen Goswami Samadhi. It's right behind Radha Govinda Mandir. Vishnu Chakravarti Swami is there, Raghunath Goswami and Teen Goswami Swami. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe.